show that the only council person missing is Carla tonight. Okay, do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I will motion to approve the agenda.
Okay, by Nicole, second.
I'll second it.
Okay, Ethan, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so moved. Moving on, consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve, or do you want to take anything out?
Let's move it your way. Is it in here?
It's in- The extra 4,700 to Your Way Construction. That was, did we go further with,
That was the, actually, it's not $4,725, that extra that we have to pay, correct?
Yeah, it is.
No,
It is.
It is?
The first bill had my part, that was the little sidewalk piece. That 4,700 was when they had to take more off. Trying the water line wasn't Jeremy on the front
So-
side there,
Oh.
and then they widened another channel.
They widened the sewer line going in. He cut it out the first time. The plumber came, said it wasn't wide enough. So then they made him cut it even wider so he could get it in there when stuff in the trenching. And then same thing on the water side of it too. He wanted to go a little bit further towards Pete's building. That kind of made that bump out go a little bit around where it was at. A little bit wider where that hydrant's at. And he had to trick that out wider to get there so it's safer for him to get in and out, which I agree,
Yeah.
you know, wasn't real wide. Could have probably done it.
So we misread it when he bid
But
it the first time.
safety for them, and that's all.
seems
But
like,
isn't that the plumber that he hired?
Yeah, but still, you know, our street. Yeah, that's the plumber he hired. And they had to cut out.
So I guess my question is, he knew both times, he knew in advance of the project that he's gonna have to trench for the utilities.
Yeah.
But he didn't bother to get squared away with his contractor to find out how much he needed to over excavate, and we had to pay the difference because of his mistake?
here's how I want
That's
it,
what it
yeah.
sounds like.
I mean, because really, it should just have been an extra, what, 3 feet on either side, 12 lineal feet more of cutting. Should have been the same amount of
Rock put
excavation.
in, rock to dig out.
I get it, but
No, that I.
was there anything spelled out in our contract as to what they needed for excavation, and how did he bid it?
You know, when we did it the first time, it was, you know, we're digging out this trench the same as any of the other ones that we've done in the past. And it was fine when we did it, and then when the plumber came, he's the one that started.
Well, I don't blame the plumber either, because he has, I mean, he should reject it, but
Right.
I guess in my mind, it's up to the contractor bidding the job to know what the standard is to excavate, and we assumed that he was bidding at the standards that were required, not at what we thought.
Right.
Is that right, or is that?
So the second invoice, that's his original bid. The first one is what he's billing us now, the second one is his original one.
So how,
We have other bids on this project that were cheaper.
that's what I was gonna say, how far apart did that put us from his original bid to?
4,700. We had a bid that was cheaper than this.
Right. He was the cheapest original bid,
Yeah,
but now this puts him over
Over the-
what the next cheapest price would have been.
Correct.
yeah.
Do you know what that difference is?
3,000.
3,000 higher than the next closest bidder?
Well, what are our options here?
No, we
Well-
didn't approve to spend that much money, or we could meet him halfway or pay him.
You can propose back something different to him. I just think that kind of when you don't have specifications and you basically go off their bid, it's almost a time and materials type of thing.
Yeah.
So so it gets harder to argue with them.
Right?
We don't have something to go back and say, this is what it was.
Right, there's no exacts or anything.
That's true too.
Guess we paint and remember that for next time.
Yeah.
And the next time, and the next time, and the next time.
Okay, done the next group.
I mean, he's been a good contractor for us, there's no doubt, but it kind of rubs me the wrong way that it was his guy and he didn't coordinate to know in advance what he was gonna need.
Now, options are is to keep it as is. We can pull it out, we can table it, and we can have discussion with him. Negotiation.
What was the conversation you had with him, Heidi?
I called him and said this would have to be responsible unless he goes to his original bid, and he said, that's fine. I was like, well, you know, if this is your fault, I don't understand paying it. And he's like, well, no, the thing changed because of the plumber. I was like, well, that's the plumber you hired, we didn't hire him. So he's just like, I'll just wait for the council's decision, because we're not getting paid until they make the decision.
We could table it and meet with him. Make the call.
Have we paid him anything yet, Heidi?
No.
How much do we owe him otherwise?
We owe him the original at least, the $16,675, and then whatever you guys agree on, you're gonna pay him the additional.
We'd be out of line to pay him the original, Clint, and ask him to come.
You can always do that.
I'd be willing to do
Well, I
that.
guess
Well,
I'm
Go
a
ahead.
little confused here. This was his original
Right.
bid.
But then
now
you
he's
have to
telling
minus,
us,
you have to minus Pete off, is what this is, because Pete has to pay for his share. So then you come up with this, and now they're adding back on the goof up,
Gotcha,
and then it
gotcha,
comes up with that number.
gotcha. There, okay, carried over there.
So actually, we own like 12, this 12 right here.
Right here.
That
Right.
number, the 12,000,
Yep.
because of you. But no, we pay this, and Pete pays us back. So this is what we owe right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll cut a check for that much.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you guys think?
Oh, I'm fine with that.
So cut him that and then, yeah.
We already agreed upon paying him the full amount, right? So, anyone make a motion to pull this out for tabling until our next board meeting, council meeting?
I'll make a motion on table.
Are you gonna talk with him, or how? Okay, if you negotiate, and I'm not, I mean, if he wants to split the difference, or just, you know, I mean, if we
Yeah.
end up having to owe him, then that's the way it
It's
is,
worth a
but
shot.
it needs to be clear that he can't come after the fact, and at least not with any kind of conversation.
Right.
Okay, do I have a motion?
I'll motion to table it till our next council meeting, as long as there's discussion made.
Have a
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so moved. Consent agenda has been approved. Moving down to number 5, discuss a possible action on a new website design.
Well, first of all, thank you all for letting me come in here and demo this to you guys. Been working on this for quite a while, I'm just waiting for an opportunity to come in here and show it to everybody. So, my name's Nate Eckley. I live on a small acreage over by McClellan's. I'm local here, about 10 minutes away. Been doing this kind of work, this IT work, for about 10, 11 years now. Really enjoyed it. This is my full-time gig. This is not something I do part-time or candlelight at night. This is what I do. So with that, can I have somebody get the lights, please?
Never mind.
So before I go over the site, there's a couple of questions I want to ask everybody first of all. And be honest, have you guys ever been to a site where you have to like pinch and zoom on it and all that kind of stuff? Okay, that's a good one. You guys ever have trouble finding stuff on websites you go to? Okay. You guys ever have problems finding contact information on people's websites or companies' websites where they bury it and they make it very difficult to get touch?
Or it's not on there at all.
It's not on there at all. Exactly. So, this is your current website. Kind of wanted to run through it real quick. And as a side note, guys, if anybody has questions while I'm doing this, please ask. Because chances are they could be forgotten and then that question would have gotten answered. So, your homepage here, you guys have your address up here, phone number, your Facebook link. That's awesome. That's contact information right up front. Got a big old picture there, draws attention, everything like that. You got your hours. That's awesome. Announcements. You guys have all your banners here. Everything's nice and easy to read. And a huge plus is everything's up to date. Some websites I've viewed for people, they're not always up to date, and it just gives kind of people a bad taste in their mouth about the website. It makes people think that they don't care about this venue or this avenue of communication or anything like that. It's not maintained very well, so this is awesome. City Council, awesome. A lot more contact information over here. That's great. You guys have meetings. You've got all the links here. That's awesome. City information, everything's here. Everything's up to date. Business directory, this is huge. You guys might not realize it, but businesses really do appreciate this. I mean, this is awesome. When people are looking to move to a town, they always go to their website and they see how many businesses are there. Okay, am I going to be able to call somebody to handle this issue? Am I going to be able to call somebody to handle this issue? I mean, that's pretty big. The links page, this is just kind of to, obviously promote other stuff, other organizations. Then the contact us, and then the online bill pay. Online bill pay is pretty big nowadays. Obviously, everybody wants to pay their bill online. Everybody wants to do everything online. People hate printing things, filling it out, mailing it, and hoping that it arrives on time. So that's your current website. This is the website that I've done for you guys. So this is the home page. I did do something up in the top left-hand corner there. I redid kind of a logo for you guys. Obviously, that's not in stone by any means. But Neola, Iowa, we don't coast. You got your homepage there, city information, everything's kind of laid out real nice. Business directory and contacts. There is the big old bill pay right over there on the side. Sometimes people have trouble finding that, so I decided to put a big old button up there for everybody to see. Let's see. Welcome to Neola, Iowa. The city of Neola, Iowa is filled with wonderful people, businesses, and lots to do and explore. Take a look at our calendar to see what is happening next in Neola. So right underneath that, I put a big old calendar button. If you hit that, it's going to take you directly to the calendar. That's just a huge time-saving measure for people. They don't have to hunt and peck around on the website to find events that are coming up. It's going to take them directly to the calendar. Another kind of cool thing about this calendar is you can have multiple calendars within it. So I just, for demo purposes, I put a City Hall calendar and a Neola Community Center calendar down here. And those will show up there. You can choose to hide them, show them, whatever you want to do. The cool thing about this calendar is it's completely editable. Heidi, I'm assuming you would probably be the #1 on that. But how this would work is it would be linked to a Google Calendar, and any event that you put in that Google Calendar, it would mirror on here instantly. Any information, any times, anything like that, it would show up there instantly. So that would be up to date, be super nice.
So if they submit an event to the calendar, will it go directly to an email, say like Heidi's email, so she gets the information, and then she can post it in there so we have control?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So the cool thing about that is, yes, you guys can audit everything before it is made public. So if someone goes in there and just puts a whole bunch of crap in there, or it's an event that you guys don't feel promotes Neola's values, you don't have to show it, which is kind of cool. If you do hit submit an event to the calendar, what it's going to do is it's going to take you to this page here. Okay. Now the cool thing about this is they can put in all their information, event info, upload a flyer, and boom, it's just going to shoot straight over to Heidi, and she's going to get all this information electronically. No one's going to have to stop down here unless they want to. That stuff still works, but it's all electronic now. So if we go back. Down here, Neola, Iowa, Neola has a wonderful past and is planning for a bright future. The reason that's centered there is because over here and over here, there's room for additional banners. So this whole area here, that would scroll from side to side if you guys had different information you wanted to put up there, or you wanted to do something real big for Boom Days up there, something like that, that would all be possible. Scrolling down a little bit here, there's a Neola gallery, but that's just a gallery. You can put pictures in there, you can take pictures out, anything and everything. Over here, I did link your Facebook page to this. The cool thing about that is, in proper web design, you kind of want to create a circle. You want to send them to your Facebook page and allow them to easily access your website. If they're on your website, you want them to be able to easily access your Facebook page. Sometimes Facebook's better for fast, quick information. Your website's going to be a lot better for, your forms, your deeper information, your bigger questions, stuff like that. So anything that Heidi posts on the web or on the Facebook as well will show up here instantly to the second. All you have to do is do what you already do and just post it on Facebook. It'll show up here. So, scrolling down a little bit, we have this services area here. This report of concern is kind of cool because, obviously your citizens might have an issue or something like that. If they just click here, they're going to get brought to this form. It's nice and quick. They don't have to fill out something and mail it in or call you guys or anything. They can put in their name, email address. They can actually tell you what's going on. This list is editable. If there's other options that you guys come up that I didn't think of, we can put them in there. That's not a problem.
Can you take that button off?
We can do that too, yeah. And then the secretary, they're going to have a ton of space to type in what their issue is. And that area, the report of concern, I'm sorry to say, can get sent to, if you guys have a maintenance@neolaiowa.com email address. So, that way it wouldn't be something for Heidi to have to delegate out. It would just get sent to the person that normally handles that kind of stuff. So, city administration, if you click here, it's going to take you to the city administration page. City council meetings, if you click here, that's going to take you to the city council meetings page. There's a calendar. We've already kind of covered that. Obviously, as there's more stuff added to it, it's going to fill up. It's going to look a lot nicer. And you can have as many different calendars on there as you want. If there's a city hall and a community center, if there's a community events, there's tons of different stuff you guys can do on there. The upcoming event flyers, this is kind of cool because it's just right up in front of everybody's face, right on the home page there. They can click on these. They're going to get a big old pop-up so they can read it bigger if they want. They can download it, print it out to promote it for you guys if they want. There's going to be a little, pop-up over all the stuff right there.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
Can it
no.
link, so say that there's our fire department or other, can it link to their outside Facebook pages?
Absolutely. These pictures, I can set them to link to whatever you want them. This request a callback, so we have a contact page right on the front page. They fill out their info there. Submit now, that shows up in Heidi's inbox in a couple seconds. And then just a little footer here about the mayor. And one thing, I couldn't find any real history on Neola, nowhere. I went to Wikipedia's webpage, and this is really all they had. Was this paragraph here.
We actually just purchased.
There's a
two
book.
books.
We have a book.
We do.
That works. So that's just the footer there. That's going to show up on everybody's page. While I'm clear down at the very bottom here, kind of brings up another point. This little arrow down here, this little blue arrow. Okay. What that's going to do is it's going to shoot you all the way to the top of the page. I'm guessing most of you guys probably view websites on your cell phones versus computers and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Websites get really long. They have a lot of information on them, so if you hit that, it's going to take you all the way back up the top. You're not going to have to sit there and scroll and all that kind of stuff. It's just going to shoot you right up the top. So that's the home page. The city information area here. I made everything, real big, real up front, everything like that. The city forms, these are all the forms you guys currently have on your website. And they can click on them and it'll download the form there for them to fill out and mail in to you guys or drop off. Utility information, animal registration, city burn pile, city code, recycling info. I did put this utility service application button here just to kind of show you guys what can be done. You guys have a lot of forms, which that's not a problem. You guys should have a lot of forms. If you click this though, you're gonna get a big old pop-up, and that person can go through and fill out that entire form on the website. Once again, there's no printing, all that stuff. This is all this stuff here, by typing my name in this field above, I'm providing electronic consent. You know, a lot of forms are moving to this nowadays. By typing your name, your date, all that kind of stuff, you know, you're consenting them that this is you. And once again, this would go to that respective person at City Hall, whoever it needs to go to. But what I'm trying to show with this form is the different forms that you guys have, they can all be converted electronically. So A, it's going to save on paper, B, it's going to save on time, because everything's just going to end up in Heidi's inbox. And I apologize for that, Heidi, that's how it ends up.
It ends up there anyway.
So that's that. This is kind of a different area down here too, open jobs with the city of Neola. If you guys ever were to have a job opening or anything like that, you can put in the information down here. There's a little apply button here. And then that's going to take them to kind of, once again, I was just kind of showing out a little mock electronic job application. Job applications are notoriously very long. So this would be kind of nice to where if somebody could just jump on their laptop, fill it out, and shoot it over to you guys. And City Council here. City Council leading the city forward. I have all the meeting dates here, and then I have all the minutes over here. Right now, I just kind of put in a linked list item here. This is where potentially all of the documents would show up. This is one way to show them. Basically, they would click on that and it would download the file like it does currently. This is kind of another way to do it. It's kind of cool because it actually just shows you here, and you can click on it directly here on the website. There's no, you don't even have to download the file. It just shows you right there on the website. City leadership, I've got kind of everybody a little profile down here. Now in here, this is where we would put, you know, like the phone numbers like you guys have on your current page and all that kind of stuff. Maybe a little bit about everybody, whatever you guys want to do. I mean, you don't even have to have that if you don't want to, but that's just an option. The business directory, I kind of really revamped this page. Neola business directory. Chances are Neola has the exact business you're looking for. So, I made a big old list of every business you guys have in Neola. Now, obviously, you guys have a lot of businesses. That's a good thing. Say you moved to Neola and you're looking for an insurance company. Instead of scrolling through this big old list looking for an insurance company, hit insurance there. It's going to take you right to Steve. So that's
This insurance company.
Put Sorensen on there.
Okay, we can do that. But that's the cool thing, guys. I mean, you have a ton of businesses. This is going to let people find exactly what they're looking for in Neola very, very quickly. The reason I did just pictures on these, just to kind of show you guys how it will look. Each one of these will actually show a picture of the business, the address, the contact information, a brief description, and then if you hit more info, it would either take you to that business's website, their Facebook page, or if they just don't have any more info, if it's a smaller business, we can just get rid of the button. But this is, I mean, it's going to be a stomping ground for local businesses. I mean, there's going to be a lot of traffic here. And yeah, it's just, say it's a huge thing. If you're just looking for internet, it's going to call Chris, and it's going to take your address there. Let's see, the contact us page. Got the phone number there, got the email there, got the location, another contact page, or another contact form, excuse me, and got a map down here showing where you guys are at. If you notice right here, that email clerk@neolaiowa.com, that's once again just illustrating that email that you guys potentially could have, you know. That could be Heidi's new email, just everything goes to clerk, you know, just gonna make you guys look more professional, more organized, all that kind of stuff. Let's see here. Got the hours up there, so people are always gonna know. And I think that's about it, guys. Like I said, these are just gonna take you to their respective pages. I personally, I kinda like this idea a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think it looks very clean, very modern. And the nice thing is that they can read it right there on the website. They don't have to download something and then, especially on their phone. I mean, it's kind of tough still in phones to find a file that you downloaded. This way they can just read it on. Pops up, nice and responsive. And like I was saying, guys, this is going to be completely mobile ready. So what I mean by that is exactly this. That's what it's going to look like on a cell phone. This is on a new iPhone X. They can scroll through your Facebook. They can do all of this. Calendar reformats. Everything reformats. So it looks nice and clean, easy to read. Your form's still full size. Everything's there. And it would do the same. So this is on an iPhone. That would be on an iPad. Things are still going to reconfigure. Got your gallery, your Facebook, everything up there. You got your kind of older phones. But that's the cool thing, guys. I mean, nowadays everybody's using their phones. Hardly anybody uses computers anymore to do anything. With the new website, everything will be responsive. Pictures are huge. If you, say you hire a photographer and they take all these wonderful pictures and they're all different resolutions and you put them up on your website, it's gonna make things look a little out of whack. You're gonna have one picture big over here, one picture different size over here, you know, all that. With a responsive website, it handles all that. You know, it resizes everything for you. People aren't left hunting and pecking around. So, that is the website I built for you guys. Does anybody have any questions?
How much history, like for the city council minutes, as far as archival data, how is that managed?
So right now, let's see, I have.
How much is it allowed on here?
So that's actually a good question, kind of a good transition. The city council minutes, the servers I use, let me start with that. The servers I use, my servers are down in Philadelphia. You guys would never fill it up. I mean, if you guys decide to go with me, I was gonna import every single thing, everything. So that way people could go back as far as you have a record of. And once again, space is not an issue at all, period. And they would still be able to download them. All of them would be digital copies, you know, everything like that. But they would also once again be able to download them in PDF format. The server's pretty much 100% uptime. I don't think I've ever had an issue with it going down. If I have, it's been down for maybe a second and no one's even noticed. They are top of the line servers. They're, you know, enterprise grade. They'll take care of your traffic for sure. So that kind of answers it. Okay.
Now, who has control of the website? Can we input things into the website, or do you have to do it?
So there's a couple different options on that. You guys will be able to go in and edit text and all that kind of stuff. That's usually not an issue. Some text, in web development, there's a term called hard coding. Like the banner stuff up there, a lot of that is hard coded in simply because it is part of a moving piece of HTML code. So stuff like that, I would have to go in and change. Pictures, a lot of the times, you guys can upload them, absolutely. The only possible caveat or gotcha to that would be the file size. So once again, you guys go hire a photographer who does great work, gives you guys all these pictures, and the pictures are 20 megabytes a piece, 30 megabytes a piece. So as an example of what I mean by that, this banner, this awesome, actually really nice picture here, that potentially could be a very large photo in terms of photo size. So that banner could take a long time to show up on the website because that person's computer or their phone actually has to download that picture to show it, okay? I offer a service, I basically would be the webmaster, and I would go in and I would clean up all those pictures. They would still be the exact resolution that that photographer took them in, but the file size would be drastically reduced.
So you would condense them.
Exactly. To a point. The reason I don't like the term condensing is because it's nothing for the server or website to actually uncondense at that point. It still views as it should. So it's not an extra tax on the device to potentially slow it down. How that works is normally I would come in here and I would meet with Heidi twice a month. If there's any changes that she wants on the website, if there's any changes that the city council feels need to be done on the website, she would fill me in on those and I would sit here and I would make those changes. If there's any pictures that she wants up there, I would get the pictures up there. If there's any additional features, you know, that you guys are like, hey, we've got this coming up, maybe on the website we need Nate to build us a form to where if you are a Hoodoo Days exhibitor, you want to go on here and just fill everything out so you don't have to do paperwork and all that. It's just all electronic. Everything's fast and it's easy. And that's all there. If there's a new business in town, hey, we may have Nate go take a picture of this business, meet with them so he can get the info up on the website. All that's included. I would come to every city council meeting, give you guys a report of the website talking about traffic, where the traffic is coming from, what cities, what towns, what demographic is actually viewing the website. So that's going to tell you if people ages of 20 to 30 are viewing it, older people, you know, it's just going to kind of generate some information on your guys' end as far as potential people moving into Neola, you know, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I would manage it, you know, you guys would still have full control of it. You guys would own the code. If for some reason I get hit by a bus, someone else would be able to jump in here and take care of it. I hold no ownership of this. I mean, you guys would be essentially buying it from me. And then I would just manage it for you, just to ensure that the website runs fast, you know, all that kind of stuff.
So how does the cost work? You obviously have a software that you're using to build the website. Is
Right.
that a cost, and then you charge for your website master?
So this is the initial estimate that I sent you guys. $1,300 for the website construction. So that's essentially you buying the website from me. Okay. The server space hosting, that's $60. When I say it's my server down there, I don't really own it. It's just space that I rent out from a big old server farm down there. That's $60 a month. The server domain transfer fees, that's a one-time thing. That's $30. That's because right now you guys are using Yahoo Business, I think, for your website currently. That would be basically me transferring it from Yahoo Business servers onto the servers down in Philadelphia. And then the SSL certificate, what that is on those forms, you guys, like on the utility forms, you guys are asking for people's social security numbers. That SSL certificate ensures that you guys are secure. So if somebody gets somebody gets their information stolen, they can't say, hey, it was off Neola's website. Because you guys have a certificate. As of July 13th this year, Google requires any website that wants to remain relevant, I guess you use, to have an SSL certificate. If you don't have one of these, you're going to get one of those messages saying this website's not secure. Have any of you guys seen any of those? Okay, you're going to get that when you go to neolaiowa.com. And obviously that doesn't make you guys look good because people are like, I don't want to go to that website, it's not secure. But that's $120 a year. That is my cost, that is no markup, that is what it is. And that's just something from Google to ensure that you guys remain relevant, to make sure that it takes all the liability off you guys as a city. The webmaster costs $100 a month. That's all it is. I live 10 minutes away. I don't need to charge you guys a whole bunch of money to do that.
Okay, a question.
Yeah.
Can we use our same web address? Or
Absolutely.
Okay.
So the cool thing about that is it would still be neola-iowa.com. Everything would be exactly the same. John Doe would go to neola-iowa.com one day, and it would be the old website, and then the next day he would go to it, and it would be the new website. He would have, I mean, there might be a day of transition time in there, but there's not going to be telling your citizens, hey, this is our new web address. There will not be any of that. Because you guys do own that domain, you can also make those specific email addresses. That way, instead of, I think it's what, cityclerk@walnutel.net now. And I don't know if you guys have more, that's just the only one I've seen. You can really divvy it out though. I mean, you can have clerk, you can have maintenance, you can have mayor, you know, and then maybe if you're working with somebody, you can just give them your email. That way it doesn't have to go through everybody's inbox, it can just go directly to you. I do all of that stuff through Google. Obviously, everybody's heard of Google. There's 100% uptime with that as well. With the Google Suite, you're going to gain a ton of additional features besides those separate email addresses. You're going to get your Google Docs, your Google Spreadsheets. You guys are going to be able to collaborate on everything. If there's any documents right now that you guys all share, maybe that everybody wants to have access to, or anybody on the city council needs to have access to, those can be put in Google Docs. You all can log in, view them, edit them, all that kind of stuff. And it's going to save you guys from having to pay for Microsoft Office too, because Google's free. So Microsoft Office, I think it's $120 last time I checked.
Google's docs suck though.
You think?
Yeah, they suck bad.
What's the problem?
I like it as a team and a group. It's
Yes.
good to work as a team because anybody, you can go in there and put your comments and your updates, revisions and things like that.
Right.
You can work as a working document. I like that part of it. But, yeah,
Well, to address that point then, guys, if you still do have Microsoft Office files, you can upload them, share them, and then re-download them as Microsoft files to maintain that usability. So, but yeah,
I did see something in it that we want to put in there. It would be the code, the ordinances.
City
and
code,
codes.
yeah, I think too.
Yeah.
No, your website looks
It's
great.
in there.
Yeah, I don't know if you can put together that kind of proposal that can be acted on, but it's been an issue for a long time because it was kind of unclear how it got handled.
yeah.
Because it was set up by a volunteer group outside of the city, I think.
Right.
Volunteers never seen outside of the city.
Gotcha. So that's that, guys. Do you have any more questions on it or anything, or?
It's not necessarily specific to our site, if this was our site, but the school is trying to create some sort of, I don't even know what the term would be, but it's like a site where everybody could come to and, say, realtors could post their listings onto the site of the school. It's called ProTC. They're trying to, get people to come in.
Yeah.
And we could link to other websites. How could you get specific to the websites or like those types of sites, vice versa, back and forth? Could they come to Neola from that website? Yeah. Okay.
If they're,
If they put it on there, if they allow us to put it on there, right?
right, if there is a domain specific, like if you actually have the web address, that can be injected on here.
And it's vice versa, so we have to get approval from them. to put
Well,
ours on there.
that's part of the principle of it, to
Yeah.
cooperate.
Oh, very hard to implement, very hard time implementing that.
Well,
Yeah, really hard.
So we were talking about before how you can monitor your website to see what kind of traffic you have on it.
Yep.
Is that something we could do now to ours? Who would tell us now what kind of traffic we have on our website now?
That
If-
depends on your Yahoo, like portal, I guess you'd call it. Some of them do have traffic monitoring built in. Other times, like with this, I would actually write code that would go in there to track things.
I see.
I don't know how Yahoo's works exactly. To be honest
There's a
with you.
monthly charge for it through pretty much any.
For
Well,
through
yeah,
Yahoo.
I think it's usually, there's usually a monthly charge.
So it probably doesn't exist then?
Honestly, I mean,
I go to the
not
website
for
for the
free,
swim club,
not
it'll tell
really.
me how many.
What?
I go to the website for the swim club, it tells me how many.
There is.
people
Yeah.
through Google.
Yep.
The little website now.
But the cool thing, guys, about going with an actual coded built website is you get a lot more functionality than like kind of your template sites and all
Oh,
that.
yeah, it's intuitive.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, there's a lot more you can do. You can come to me and you can say, hey, Nick, you want to do this. That way, you're on the template thing, you have to scroll through their little list of things that you might be able to do and put it on there, you know? I mean, something like this, it's a lot more professional. It can handle a heck of a lot more traffic. You guys are obviously growing as a town. You have more businesses.
How do you get more traffic to look at your website? I mean,
How do you get more traffic?
to look at your website, right? How you just said 2 people a week look at our website. So if we go and get this, how we're gonna get more people to look at our
Does
website?
it have a capability of putting glass out or anything?
Yeah. You're questionable. Google AdWords is huge. Facebook is obviously going to direct people to the website, and it's just going to be a training thing as far as the city's part goes. If citizens come in here and they say, hey, I want to do this, you know, you could offer them. You could say, hey, you know, it's actually on our website now. You could go home and try that, or here's the form. You know, Google though will definitely get you guys some traffic. Absolutely.
So you mentioned that you could do like a video of the whole city, put that on there.
Yes, that's kind of another side thing of mine. I have jumped through all the hoops and background checks and everything like that. I do have my commercial drone license. I could definitely get you guys some really cool footage to go on the website, really cool pictures, do some videos and all that kind of stuff.
I would like to see a counter on there somewhere on how many hits.
Okay.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Is there a proposal in here from him?
He actually,
Just
I
this
think
guy.
it's high caliber, and then we do
I don't
have
have my packet, I apologize for reading.
Heidi's got, how many bids out there?
wow.
Did you get 3? I think there's three different ones in there.
Yeah, I think there's 4.
There is 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'd make the quota.
Lynn Leaders, like Underwood Lynn Leaders?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what?
I think the site looks great.
I do
It
too.
does.
And I like Google Docs.
I can tell you, nobody uses them for like anything important.
It's a joke.
Apparently it wasn't.
Because we're all old school.
I did all, just so you guys can kind of see an example. I did all of Willow Creek stuff, Willow Creek Glass Chapel out there. I did all of their stuff. This is a video that I helped put together. I did all the drone footage for it.
Hi, I'm Shane McCool.
And I'm Marissa Nicole.
Welcome to Willow Creek. My mom had actually come up with the idea of building a glass chapel here on the family farm. My family's had this farm now since March 4th of 1893. When it came to building the barn, we were able to recycle enough materials to see what you see here today. We're not just a typical barn venue with the addition of the chapel down here. We've also got several nature trails. We're located in the country that is unlike any other place that you're going to find here in the state of Iowa. We added on with the sun deck and we built a bridge that crosses the pond. It just kind of made a natural amphitheater space over there. If for some reason you plan an outdoor ceremony that day and the weather turns south, you can always move right into the chapel. It's a wonderful night. You didn't have to do our
But that just, the official best of, they got a hold of me and wanted me to do a whole bunch of drone footage out there for them. So I flew all that and they put it together into a video. If you guys are interested, these are actual videos that I 100% put together, these ones down here. But that's just something else I can do, guys. I mean, ton of graphic design, ton of video work. I like to do it all. I'm not gonna leave you guys high and dry is what I'm getting at, so.
Great.
Very nice, Jeff.
Thank you. I wanted to meet with you guys though, instead of just dropping off some paperwork.
I appreciate that.
Great, thank you. Okay, discussion?
I have no idea.
So there's 4 separate,
And you said after this is your, that would be to
I
build
didn't know we were in the
it.
market to buy a new website.
1,500. How much
We were in the market to buy a website.
It would only
Webmaster?
be, it would be $100 extra on top of that.
A month.
For the webmaster fees, it would be $160 a month.
$160.
Yes. That's with the one email address, so that would be with like cityclerk@neolio.com. Any additional emails are just $10. All there.
Okay.
So if you want a mayor one or a maintenance one or anything like that.
it's kind of hard to consider anything else when
I know.
they saw how this functions.
I think it's 10 minutes away.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes away. So $110 a month, is that what you just said?
160.
60.
And
Plus
then-
$10 for each unit.
Yeah, if we want to add a meeting.
120 a year for the certificate.
One question I have is, what is WIDA doing for that website? And what was our benefit out of that?
Weebly, they're doing Weebly. And they're starting construction now. They've been meeting with all of the clerks that they've already met with all these, and now they're going into the building.
Okay. But what were we supposed to get out of that as a city?
We will have the capability of having our tourism on an all-in-one page with all the other
It's nothing,
cities.
it's not as specific to Neola, it's like our information goes to their site.
Right, so it's gonna be the county website. So in turn, we could put our website on that one too. We put the link on that and vice versa. So,
Okay. I can't recall how, what we were getting out other than, I mean, there was a site I didn't know, but I can't recall if it was supposed to be
Unfortunately,
specific to each town.
there is no site in the county that has everything on it. Council Bluffs is not doing it.
I can imagine that.
So. And if we have things that are going on that we need help with as far as tourism is concerned, they will work with them too, because with the cities too as well. Now, Eric is working with 2 towns already, Macedonia and I do believe Carson, on things that they have coming up in the next year. So I told her, oh my gosh, when Minden has theirs, they could obviously help here if we need it. That'd be great. So, and we do have the
170 a
Unleash
month,
website
correct, yeah.
now through Council Bluffs that we can put all of our stuff on that website and posted in the Council Bluffs Tourism and their site, so that way we can get more traction from Council Bluffs too as well. So there's a lot of things that are actually being built now to help with that, so we can get more people out here for Voodoo and for Christmas.
Thank you, Dave.
Have a good evening. Nice job.
So is this like a, you build it and they will come thing, or, I mean?
Almost every municipal website is highly ineffective, just to be honest with you.
That's what I'm
Like, yeah,
saying.
Nobody
They-
uses them. I
those
mean,
sheets-
they're like basic information, like but it'll be limited use almost no matter what you do.
Right, no matter how much money you
But
spend
this is
on
cheap, so
it.
I don't think it matters if your website now sucks.
Well, that's the thing, that's the
yeah.
difference. This is.
I wouldn't expect it to
professional
be
working.
anything like magical for you, you know.
No.
Right.
This is-
But it's a nice
But
option
it's
just to be able for.
nice to
Yeah.
track it.
And, you know,
Yeah.
our citizens now are not from this point forward, people are more and more gonna search out this type of information online versus coming down to see Heidi.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
and,
Well, and we
The
could be the
generation that-
trendsetters.
yes.
Yes.
I
Well,
mean, we could be the trendsetters on this, and we could start this,
Just if
and
it's
people are gonna
available.
go, jeepers.
And I can see where this would, you know, for this housing program, wherever it ends up, all of the, legs of it could be beneficial to have something like this.
Right.
Yeah, you do like a drone
You like it?
deal with.
No, that's exactly
Lot line.
coming, yeah, we could be like our own realtor if we're
Yeah.
trying to sell it and look at our
I did.
real estate. Be a place for it, and he could do it.
Well, he could put a tab up there
That
for
would be-
town videos or whatever, and then we could put it in there. Or we could put it on the face page.
No, he could do both, if we paid him to do
I
it.
mean,
And it's
that's our big
During the progression of
money
the
pull.
park project.
We're trying to get that done.
Right here. It would be a very long video.
I know.
I just saw two pictures. They're options.
All right, okay,
Well,
so what
I'm
do you
gonna, I'm
think?
gonna make a motion that we hire Nate and, it's his company, right, High Caliber?
It is
Correct.
Caliber, yes.
Yes.
High Caliber Computer Systems to build us and maintain a website.
Okay, got a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Yes, we have a website. Rob,
Yeah.
awesome. See, and that wasn't even on the radar. All right. Discuss some possible action on policy for one-time credit.
Over with, man.
Utility if they have a water leak. Okay, so we're gonna build a policy.
you have a template for a policy?
Isn't there one in the packet?
I still don't have that.
Discontinuing services fees, this thing,
Is it this one?
this thing right here. Is this it?
Or is it this one?
That's the garbage.
Water
Right here,
service.
this one,
That one?
So this is,
I'm guessing.
Okay.
Yeah.
there was a couple different things you guys have talked about, and I think they're kind of gotten mixed up, but at least for water, electric's got its own regulations and everything, and you can't really have an ordinance that conflicts with the highway utility board's rules about it. But for connection of water and disconnection of water, the 75% number, that came out of when someone can avoid getting shut off. And what that was, they could make 75% of their payment on their bill, and they could do that not consecutive months, just, and that would avoid them getting shut off. And then the other issue was what happens when you have one of these leak issues. And at that point it was, you just go back to their average use and you make them pay for all their water at the cheapest rate above the average use, and then wipe off the sewer above the average use. And they can do that one time every, what we say, Heidi, was it 2 years or
This says 10 years.
10 years?
Do you
It's still
allow,
gonna be a really big bill,
Yeah,
but
but
I'm just saying.
are we gonna allow any sort of a payment method within that?
That's what I was getting at.
I wouldn't at all. I would just make them pay it or get disconnected. So like if they don't pay it, then they're just set up disconnection like everybody else.
Okay.
If you get on those payment plans, those things
Well,
are a nightmare.
well, that's been proven to us in the past. But that's where, that's where you get weak, I guess. You could try to be compassionate and,
Yeah.
Because they're there sitting with a $700 bill that they can't pay.
right. But we accept credit cards now, don't
We
we?
do accept credit cards
Yeah.
now.
Well, if they can't pay it, I mean, it's just disconnected and you lean it to their taxes.
Right.
And they'll figure out a way to pay it. I mean, it's a high priority item when you don't have it. And if they can't pay it, it's usually like a situation where the place is a dump and it's a bad citizen, and then it's uninhabitable, and this is a way to get them to move.
This is something on paper.
Yeah.
That leak thing is in here? Oh, no? Is that in here?
There should be 2 in there, I think.
Oh, here.
Or on the
It's
back
on the
side,
back.
backside,
Yes,
right.
yes. Leak adjustments are under the 2 services. Choose those to verify the leak exists. Has been corrected. Leak. This is spelled wrong. I got it. I guess.
Is that a? Never mind, just read it. Once every 10 years.
Once every 10 years, yep. Lowest rate.
Joseph, it's on paper now. You don't have to sit here and
It's on a graduated scale, it gets cheaper as
twiddle our thumbs
Buy
when
more.
we have these issues.
Okay, do I have a motion?
Well, we gotta put these in different formats. This was just to
Okay.
show you what they are. If you want to change something, we can change it if you want. We can put it in the right format next time.
I mean, I'm good with
I
it. It's
suppose
a
we
starting
can
point.
move forward with
something
that.
It is.
Okay, so draft it, have it.
Okay. Draft table.
Heater.
Heidi, you want to stick that on the January? Okay. 7, discussion possible action on heater for city shed.
Is that the one you were
Jeremy.
talking about?
The grade shed's all insulated, we're starting to move stuff back and forth. We're gonna use the grade shed storage and then make the green, or the green shed and storage, the gray shed our shop. We talked about heaters before, and I know I said that we would try using one that won't have a shelf that was just like these ones out in fire hall, the blower heaters. When I looked on the date, it was like a 1986. So I'm kind of nerd, I mean, it may work for a day, for years. So we priced some radiant heaters like we have in here. And what we came up with. It would be two radiant heaters, 2 50-footers, one on each side of the door.
You guys are gonna hang
Yeah,
them
who's
in?
gonna install it? That's what the next question
We
is.
gotta install it.
Okay.
We gotta.
So what about gas line and everything
So
else?
then, after this, we will have to run the gas line inside the shop yet, and then also get to our meter and call Mid-America for a meter. Again, we disconnected that one at the water plant years ago. Because we never had that gas heater, so we're just set paying for that meter fee every time we gotta get that meter. So we'll call them, get that, and then bury the line to the gray shed, and then run on flex on the other side.
Does it need, don't they have to be vented at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll roll right outside the.
Oh, at the side of the building, okay.
Okay, so
Right through our
this
brand new
bid
phone.
only includes the equipment, it doesn't include
This is just the
piping or
heater.
anything else.
This is just the heater, so there'll be
Okay.
more expense on this piping and this wiring, but we're doing
Just the
that.
That's not,
The
you guys,
We may hire somebody to do, I think, from the meter to the building. I feel safer.
are they burying it, or,
Yeah,
yes,
buried from the meter, so it's right there at the water plant on Fish Street.
just going across the yard?
It's just going right across the yard to the ground.
You're gonna have them put the meter on the gray building, or just bury the
I'll
line?
put it right on where it's at. Or we could have a.
Wouldn't need that.
somebody-
What's that?
Yeah, I was gonna say, we know a guy that kinda knows about how to do this stuff. Kenny does too.
They just based this on square footage, is that what they did?
Yeah.
The building square, yeah, I knew you talked to them quite a bit.
What does it need for power? Is it just 110 volts?
Yeah.
Is that a little blow? Probably doesn't matter, I suppose.
Scan with your smartphone.
I see that.
Okay.
It's just another option. You know,
Well-
we're just throwing it out there.
Yeah, we had that one we thought, and then we also had,
We didn't spend the money to insulate it without heat,
No.
so.
Right.
So have you,
And for that application down there,
That's
that's
the
probably your
ideal.
best option, you know,
Heat the
because,
floor.
yeah, it keeps the floor warm. And when you throw the door open,
Recovers.
yeah.
do we need to check anywhere
Covers.
else?
That was my question.
I got a few verbals, a couple more verbal quotes.
Which were?
One heater around 6,000, and another one was actual furnace setup, just the equipment, us putting in all the ductwork and everything around 2,000.
Yeah, but then you have to deal with
And that was
filters
one?
and dust and everything
Filters,
else.
yeah.
This is just, it's runs.
Okay, see, Eric, see if they can get you an email quote, see if they can just email you a quote.
But this
Okay,
is,
so we have 205.
are those
We
labor?
don't need 3 written quotes for this price.
There's no
Okay,
labor.
okay,
I mean,
good.
we're covering the labor, we're just buying the product.
Okay.
Just buying the unit.
I'll motion to buy the radiant heaters for $2,575, and whatever ancillary costs that are associated to just get them installed.
Good job.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Discussion possible action on light pole by the MAC. This is a discussion on where to put it, is that the deal? Now, we did pipe the electrical underground halfway up the street, right, for that purpose?
it's all pink side though.
Right. But we did it for that purpose, right, at first, was to put the light pole up?
Yeah.
Is the other side of the street piped? underground.
I wish Carly was here. She was.
I'm not talking about this again.
Discuss possible. Are we talking about the one that's about to fall over?
No.
No, we're talking about the one that we're gonna replace because there's nothing there. It was went down a long time ago on 3rd Street, right?
This
We
one,
need
in
to
the middle
light
of
up
the block.
that street, yeah.
Gotcha.
4th Street.
Oh, yeah, 4th Street.
Not 3rd
Fourth,
Street.
4th Street.
Okay.
Then Axe Street.
Yeah.
4th.
The one by the pool.
No, it's actually in the middle of the street. The one on the end of the street needs to be replaced.
This is
but
the
Yes.
one
that
that's the
doesn't
bad one.
necessarily-
Yes.
This one, the,
Some sort of fix.
Yeah.
Yes.
and what's wrong with this one?
There's nothing there.
There's not one there.
Oh, it's too dark.
It's too dark.
Got it. Track now.
You're in the
I mean, we
light
got the
now.
bulbs gonna be going up at Pete's.
We've got one
In
going up
between
there.
Grants and Pete's.
Yeah, that's where we need to put it, correct?
That's the one.
That's the one that's going up.
That's already approved, it's going up.
Right.
Yeah.
There's gonna be
Good.
light.
Yeah.
Then there really shouldn't be any other discussion,
You know,
right?
I'd like
If
to
we
see how much
approved it
light-
already, we,
I agree.
I
like it.
agree, yeah.
Yep.
And there's gotta be a pole around there somewhere. They're at the intersection further north, right?
There's one.
Yeah, you
right
could always
there.
put it on that one. I mean,
Yep, and we can turn that light and face it. I can move the light.
Yeah.
didn't we just talk about that earlier?
Well, what I'm saying is I can move the light.
Yeah.
Where the arm is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's
I
not
know
in yet
This ain't
anyway.
gonna get done till spring though, you know,
Right,
till we get there, and we still haven't got the light poles in.
because they haven't been shipped yet,
No.
so. All right, no
We're
action?
not gonna discuss this, are you?
Any action, no action? Can we move on?
I don't know what the question is that we're trying to answer.
I really don't have any discussion because we piped it for that reason. And we approved it already.
Mm-hmm.
Result. Okay. 9, discussion possible action on ordinance 2018-03 to amend garbage rate to $13.25.
We just got a motion this time.
Yeah, this is based off the
Just a motion.
contract that they're adjusting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you want it to go effective so we can bill it as immediate as possible, it's just, you gotta waive the additional readings.
Then we'll need a roll call vote on this too.
Okay. Any discussion? If none, do I
I
have a
move to
motion?
accept ordinance 2018-03.
Second?
Second.
All right, roll call. Joe?
Aye.
Ethan?
Aye.
Nicole?
Aye.
Rob?
Aye.
So moved.
Then are we waiving the second and third
Yeah.
reading?
You're gonna add that to your motion?
I'll add that to my motion to waive the second and third reading.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Okay, we move on. Okay. Number 10, discussion possible action on the budget.
I didn't have anything for that.
Okay. Table?
I
Table
mean,
till June?
there's no value numbers out.
We're not quite there yet, but we're getting, it's
Yeah.
coming close, but,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Once the county, the easiest thing for me is I can start building your revenue side of things once the county gets the maximum $10 figured out and the new tax warnings out.
Good. 11, discussion possible action on selling ambulance. Yes, okay. Craig, Paul, what you got? Good news.
Had a contact from the broker agency, they said that this gentleman was interested in it. I've been in email contact with him, I think I'll have the copy of these emails in front of her. He made an offer, he said not to insult you, but we're offering 25,000 because that's.
Do not
what
say
we're-
100.
Yeah, 25,000. I did a little, my own investigation background, looking around, making sure this guy might be legit. And they say they're ALS private service out of Illinois, and they have a paid and volunteer side on their department
Okay.
in town. So I, just looking at his email address, I think he might be part of a local fire department, and he does EMS on the side, so.
Okay.
I don't know,
What did we ask to list it at?
We listed it at 58, 54, somewhere in there.
And we've gotten, this is the first
This
actual
is our
offer we've had.
First and only offer so far.
And how long has it been public?
2 months, maybe? I did
2 months?
contact the company that we were listing it with, and I think Don's got it confirmed there too, but, I said, this is the only listing, or only response we've had. Are we asking too much, blah, 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 and I don't know, Don, you could probably read it, I can't get to it right
Oh, your email?
now. Yeah,
Go on.
I can't get to it, sorry, my fault.
Um,
That's a good question, since we don't directly
Yeah.
sell ambulances, our knowledge on pricing is a little less accurate. However, most of the ambulances we are seeing selling above 50,000 is usually 4x4 with low miles, which is not us. And he goes on to more description in there too,
And did we advertise that thing locally at all?
but we did try
Craigslist.
Craigslist. We had a couple of false hits on that.
Scammers.
Schemers.
So.
And we've had no just inquiries locally, people asking you guys about it?
Local tow company said they might have a friend that might be interested, but that's all further than that.
Well, since none of us are out.
I mean, nothing says we have to move tonight, but just since we got an offer, I thought I'd let you know. Maybe we can counter offer too, I don't know, whatever you guys decide.
That's a lot of money. But they had it listed at 52.
He wants to do something the next couple of weeks, he says.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This was crazy.
10%.
I thought 25 was a good number.
As I
Until
understand.
25 will tell that warranty.
Exactly.
What's the broker's take?
Once we can't see it no more, warranty's gone.
10%?
10% of the final sale, as I understand it.
Okay.
We'd have to double check that with the contract, but I think that Heidi and I both remember that number.
What did we pile on that thing for extras? I don't remember.
What does it have left on it? As far as equipment wise is concerned, because we pretty strapped it, right?
It's just the shell.
Okay, just the shell,
Yeah,
okay.
use that.
You sold the
Okay.
last one to Kurt for 20.
Right,
Just the chassis. we don't.
right.
I take the 25 and put on my new squad.
Yeah.
That's what I think,
Yeah.
too.
I like it.
Bird in the hand.
Now, granted, this
Push
isn't
whatever.
an automatic done deal. I mean, this is just the first offer, so.
Sure.
I mean, I could get back in contact with him and say that we're happy with the 25. Where do we go from here? You know, whatever you guys want me to do.
We have to make a motion in order for that to be revived, so we can move forward.
Not a dollar
Without
less.
Give it just,
Yeah, here's our
I'd give him
offer.
a motion,
Okay.
if he wants to go back and renegotiate it, you know,
Okay,
to accept whatever he gets, you know,
yep,
on the condition that, you know, we apply it to the squad loan that we got.
good. Anybody want to make that motion?
Did you hear that, Greg?
No, say it again.
Basically give you guys authority, whoever it is, to renegotiate upwards if you want to, but keep your bottom at 25 if you want to, applying it back to the loan that we got on the squad.
So we're not gonna say less than 25.
Okay.
Sound good?
I'll make that
But if you want to
motion.
go back and
Nobody
mess
else
with
wants to, I'll
something,
make the motion.
you know,
Yeah. What Clint said.
yeah.
Motion. And I second what Tom
Okay,
said.
all in favor? Good, opposed? All right, great, do your magic. Good.
Thanks.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank
worked hard.
you.
You worked hard on both ends of the ambulance.
All three of us.
Everybody else did, but thank you
We need
guys.
the space.
Yeah.
All right, number 12, public comments. We scared them all.
That was it.
All right.
Oh, I thought there was a couple more.
All right, so let's go with fire.
do the website, was
No, I think he
He was
wanted,
probably here for,
he was concerned about payment, I think, he was talking.
I got you.
About the 4700 or whatever.
He was worried about
Gary
that.
Carter Jones, I brought up last month, we wanted to buy a purchase, we voted on it, we approved it, they sent you two text messages, got no return. Shame on you.
I returned.
You wanted to know, so I let you know, it was approved, it's ordered, it's on the way.
when I saw the text, I said, excellent.
Good job.
And then,
Did you send it?
Greg come up and said that they had a 1080 and 2181, it's out of date. They had some refurbished
The what is?
The defibrillator.
Okay.
So they had some refurbished ones that they had a pretty good price on. He called me and I said, just order. That's something that's a necessity, it's something we don't need to bring to a boat.
Okay.
That's a necessity. We paid for both these JAWS and the AD out of Fundraisers Inc. That's what that money's for, that's what the public gives us that money for, so that's what we spent. We're still in fine shape on our end, but
Those are great decisions.
that way the people know,
Good.
you know, and I told Greg when he ordered, I said, make sure you tell Heidi, take it out of fundraisers, because
Those are great things to pay for
I
with that
mean,
money.
you can build that up clear up here, but if we don't spend on what, the extra things we need, the public just give us that money.
We did
Right.
It's no good even have.
Definitely makes sense,
These are the
yes.
things we really need.
Okay.
Someday if we, I don't care if we ever use that battery gel, but if we do need it, it might save somebody's life someday.
Right.
So that's kind of where we're at.
Better than waiting.
You're gonna station that in the squad, right?
Yeah, the squad.
Joslyn?
There's a lot of times.
That's a great idea.
You know, we got Eric, Jerome, Mark, I mean, you don't have enough guys to take your trucks.
Right.
You've got a jaws there. At least get them started, or on an interstate call, we can get started before the big truck gets there.
Right.
Because the squad's gonna roll first.
I have a question for you guys. How many times have you used the machine that you got from the county?
Good.
On this gal out here the other day, we've used it a couple times. You do.
The CPR machine.
Oh, yes. We've used it a couple times.
A couple times? Good. I'm gonna see Doug this week, so I wanna, yeah.
That's right.
It's
It is.
a blessing, big blessing.
It is a lifesaver, and I told him that when he said it, he was giving him to the towns. I said, "You don't understand. It's a whole hour
Sure,
to get to
but,
town."
I mean,
Yeah.
and the benefits are realized by you guys when you do that?
Oh, yeah.
I just took CPR
They
class.
sent a letter to
I didn't know they changed it to 30 concussion.
3230.
I've
Yeah,
got,
I know.
I've got one right outside my office and I never want to use it either.
Pretty fast. Woo!
I know how, but
Anything else with fire?
No, that's it.
How'd you do on your pancake?
We cleared 13, 10, something like that, after all costs. And then we went to Sam's and got plates and things like that that could be used better
Good.
down the line, so it wasn't all expense for the breakfast, but.
You stockpiled.
Expense out from Blue Cow and Sam's, we're still cleared $1,300.
Good. Good. Awesome. Okay. All right. Anybody else? Okay. Employees. Heidi.
So I had 99 delinquent letters, 25 red cards, and no show-offs this month.
No shut-offs.
25 red pen.
Yeah.
That seems high.
It's higher than last month. It's Christmas.
It is Christmas.
It is Christmas.
There's a lot of people that know that your electric can't get shut off.
Yeah.
Right now. There is.
Yeah, it's cold out.
Anything else, Heidi?
That's all I have.
Okay. Eric.
And the rest of them just we're just working. I've been working on the shed quite a bit. Jeremy's been doing a buttload of locates and helping me work on the shed. We're just trying to get everything gathered back to better than the way it was. Back to normal.
how many hopper or dumpsters have you filled? Open tops? 2, 3, 3?
Well, the small ones,
not full.
yeah, the small ones quite a few times, and the big one, well, with that insulation, it just keeps on mashing down, so we're working pretty good.
Throwing stuff away.
Are you able to?
It's tough.
Are you able to get through that, Jeremy?
Well, it's tough.
I can see that.
I might use this. You did keep.
chance.
You
I
did
wait till he
keep.
goes and does some locates, and then
I guarantee you, like, in the next couple of weeks, one of those things gets thrown away. It's gonna be the time you need it.
You did keep the light poles, right? Jeremy, you still have the light poles down there, right?
Where at?
Down there. You still have the light poles that we took out of the city.
Yes.
Main Street?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Just in case. Just in case. All right. All right. Anything else, Jeremy? Anything else, Eric? Nothing?
Oh,
Got nothing?
I got it.
You behaved this week, right?
Yeah.
Thank you guys for the streets. I want to say that because you guys are doing an awesome job. You really are. And I know
Just
you're
get
working
them cars
hard.
off them streets.
I know. I asked Jeremy once, "You still love your job?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like, "Yeah, it was right after that snowstorm." And I'm like, "I am so sorry." It is. It's more work, you guys. I understand that. More hours, and it always snows on the weekend.
Did you look into the flow?
Yep, it's, Charlie said it's fixed. So let's go.
The meter? Yes. Okay.
But I know you talked about trying to get away from we talked about getting away from the
Permanent
battery.
power.
I want to see, I looked at like the solar, I kind of talked myself out of solar.
Okay.
Not 100%, but I just, if something happens to that solar panel, it's like
Yes.
1500.
Well, look
Yes.
what happened.
March
I'd rather
cheap.
spin that than just underground wire it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and that one's important to keep power to it and know
Exactly.
it's working.
So I want to see, I told Heidi, we'll keep an eye on it. If it only lasts a year, then it's time to work on it.
Yeah,
Just what power.
all right.
But everything's working right now, we got flow.
Good, awesome.
Unless you're really wanting to put 100% power to it.
Well,
We do that
if
for free.
that's your plan, work your plan, and we'll see
Okay.
where it goes, but.
Yeah, let's see if it works first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This might only last 2 months.
Yeah. Let's just try to be, proactive with it.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's,
Next time.
a lot of these, we need to start, really getting on the meters and really looking at them. If there is usage, getting hold of the homeowners right away on, hey, you got a leak, let's try to fix it first. So it's on our end.
I mean, is that something we want to just get a bid on trenching power there, just so we've got one? I mean, not to say we're gonna need it necessarily, but
Well, especially if we're going to do any sort of road infrastructure, water issues, if we're tearing stuff up, it would be a good idea to look into doing it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't hurt to know, at least. like a
absolutely,
ballpark.
yeah. So you might just pull the trigger and say, let's do
Yeah,
it.
if it's like
Absolutely.
$300 just be done.
Okay, anything else? Elected official, anybody have comments?
I was curious, did we get the letter sent off to the school regarding the rate increase again?
It
Yeah, we
went,
did.
so-
Yeah.
I
we're waiting.
emailed it to everybody on Friday, and
She
then I
did.
also mailed it.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Any
then,
response from them?
none.
Well, just last Friday.
Yeah,
Okay.
So we gave him a month.
I guess.
yeah, we gave them 30
It will
days,
be
so.
Christmas break.
Okay.
We gave him an extra day than what we
And
talked
it
about
will be on
last
the
time.
agenda for, at the school.
Out there.
You guys will have to decide who's going.
Well, I thought we were going as a group.
Yeah, because it's not on the same day as.
No,
our
it's
meeting.
not.
Yeah.
So we just need to make sure that we post that we're having a council meeting in conjunction with their city, school, with their school.
I
board.
talked to the superintendent too.
Oh, you did?
I can't remember her name. Is
Andrea.
Andrea. Yeah, I talked to her at length about both things.
Did she have any, was it?
I didn't resolve anything, it was just
Okay,
more,
just
she had some
information.
questions about things and
Alright.
how does stuff look on your guys' end, how does this work,
I think there's a lot of, they just don't understand maybe
Yeah.
part of it, but.
Yep, it was fine.
I've talked with a few citizens and some folks on the school booster club about the issue, just to kind of bring them up to speed and let them know that we're gonna be out there and see if, they were interested in coming and hearing and knowing what's up, so.
Yeah, so
And I
don't say for
think,
them.
Heidi, didn't you send it to the school board too as well?
Everybody on the
Yeah.
school board.
Individually?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Also too, I wanted to let you know that I met with Steve Christensen today, gave him a heads up on the soccer field and what's going on, so he kind of has an idea, so we're
What
keeping
we
him in
know
the
as
loop.
of now.
Right, so I kept him in the loop, and then I also discussed with him the issue with the sex offender that he has employed, and that under the state rules, according to Heidi, we have discussed that he cannot be in a park. So I let Steve know that, and he was aware of it, and he said that's not a problem, he has 16 employees, he'll take care of it, so
Is
just
there,
in case
Clint,
somebody
did you weigh in
mentions
on that?
anything.
No, I hadn't.
Do you have any input on that?
I'd have to research that, I don't know that off the top of my head.
But we sat down and we had a talk, and he said it was fine. That's totally fine.
He has
So,
employment restrictions.
yeah. So, you might be hearing something, people might say something, so just to know you are all on the same page that that's what, we've already discussed it with him, and he's aware of our issues. So, he said it's come up before, so. He also has some type of contract with Minden as well, so, yeah. And I don't know if he has one for school.
No, but they mow from Minden too.
Yeah.
believe they had the same discussion.
Yeah. So. Okay, anything else, guys? Okay, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Yay, so moved.